What is hidden shall be revealed. Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House, recently had this to say, eliminating any doubt that we are aggressively ruled by nothing less than a global Luciferian elite.
And now they're faced with a very real prospect of Donald Trump becoming the leader of the party, and it absolutely drives them crazy. They just cannot imagine sharing. Well, because he's an outsider. He's not them. He's not part of the club. He's uncontrollable. He hasn't been through the initiation rites. He didn't belong to the secret society.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea. A new world order.
The New World Order is no longer hiding in the shadows. They are utilizing their total domination of civilization to bring your morality into a new dark age. Whether it's the United Nations David Rockefeller Lucius Trust rollout of demoralization, courtesy of Alice Bailey's 10-point plan, the purpose of which is to change Christian tradition or to redeem the nations of Christian tradition. Number 1, take God and prayer out of the education system. Number 2, reduce parental authority over the children. Number 3, destroy the Judeo-Christian family structure. Number 4, cause society to reevaluate sexual freedom and reduce the population by making abortion legal. Number 5, make divorce easy and legal. Free people from the concept of marriage for life. Number 6, promote homosexuality as an alternative lifestyle. Number 7, corrupt and defile the imagination by debasing art. Number 8, use media to brainwash the population. Number 9, promote a New Age movement to overshadow the Christian faith. Number 10, have governments make all of the previous points laws and have the church endorse these changes. These points were stated over 70 years ago and have metamorphosized into the civilization we know now in 2016. And it's all around you. For instance, the ongoing force-feeding of Illuminati symbolism through entertainment, as Hollywood's romance with occultism has finally percolated to the surface, offering performances by Illuminati slaves, akin to Keisha, for example, adorned with satanic regalia, channeling Lucifer on the Today Show, no less. As in the words of one of the New World Order's chief engineers, former U.S. National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski, history is much more the product of chaos than conspiracy. John Bound for Infowars.com.
This is a protest, and this is a riot. If you can't tell the difference, then you are part of the problem. Infowars.com.
I have a dream.
In 2015, the French government indicted Baron David de Rothschild for embezzling large sums of money from British pensioners from 2005 to 2008, and for the violation of inheritance tax laws. In June of 2015, Paris-based Judge Javier Bermudez ruled that Baron Rothschild of the Rothschild Financial Services Group must face a trial for his crimes. That is, if they can find him in one of his many mansions scattered around France. Now the French government has opened another investigation into the Swiss Rothschilds unit. Bloomberg reports, the Swiss unit of Edmond de Rothschild said it's the subject of a French probe regarding a former business relationship managed by a former employee. Edmond de Rothschild is actively participating in the criminal investigation underway, the Geneva-based bank said in an emailed statement on Friday. Edmond de Rothschild, a private banking and asset management firm established in Paris in 1953, oversees about 150 billion euros, or $164 billion, and is led today by Baron Benjamin de Rothschild and his wife Ariane. From a Haaretz interview 6 years ago, Baron Benjamin de Rothschild was quoted as saying, "The United States is finished, at least for the moment, and I do not believe in God. I do not report to him." The Rothschild family is so wealthy, they don't regularly appear on any Forbes list of the world's wealthiest, and when they do, their true wealth is minimized. Their fortune would embarrassingly dwarf the multi-billions of Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. The Rothschild story is precariously embedded in the footnotes of world history. Nathan Rothschild became the largest debtor to the Bank of England until the bank was privatized in 1946. However, although the Bank of England is state-owned, 97% of the UK's money supply is still privately controlled in the form of interest-bearing loans created by the Rothschild-dominated commercial banks. The Rothschilds' modern manipulation of the British economy is clearly evident in this clip, demonstrating Queen Elizabeth's inquiry into the downturn of the British economy.
And he and his group here are going to answer your question from 4 years ago, why nobody saw the crisis coming.
And after a brief explanation, another question, this time from the Duke.
There's not another one coming.
The Queen's question was finally answered by Rothschild lackeys 4 years later, after the Queen personally had to visit the Bank of England to get an answer. The indictment of a Rothschild is not simply another dirty banker being brought to justice. The imprisonment of part of the controlling interest of civilization could gradually snowball, meaning a stop to endless wars, illegal mass surveillance, debt slavery, and a Luciferian cultural agenda. Basically, peace on earth. A bit much, you say. The Rothschilds financed both sides of the Napoleonic Wars, the American Revolution, the Communist Party revolution in Russia, the little-known Balfour Declaration, the Nazi Party, the creation of the Federal Reserve, 9/11, and the wars that followed. The Rothschilds own Reuters and the Associated Press and are the hidden hand controlling all media. Have you heard about this in the mainstream news? They either own or have compromised every U.S. and European political puppet with an elitist passion for worshipping Lucifer and an unyielding obsession to decrease the world population by 90% by legal means. Means the Rothschilds are on the verge of completely acquiring via the United Nations.
The ultimate advantage, listen to this, that the creditor has over a king or a president is that if the ruler gets out of line, the banker can finance his enemy or his rival. Therefore, if you want to stay in the lucrative financing business of kings and governments, it is wise to have an enemy or a rival waiting in the wings to unseat every king or every president to whom you lend money. If the king doesn't have an enemy, you gotta be able to create one.
Yes, for centuries now, there truly has been a global New World Order shadow government family syndicate legitimizing its control over civilization, responsible for their involvement in a seemingly endless list of horrors and violations of human rights since long before any of us were even born. And yes, currently, without as much as a peep from the mainstream media, that very family is being pursued by a French court to stand trial. John Bound for Infowars.com.